Bitcoin conference has not been good for Bitcoin so far. If Bitcoin dips again, I'm going to take a sizable long on it. I think we're like in a good, like, I don't see us going, if we go below like 54K, that would be like alarming right now. I have limit buys set for like 52.5. I had some limit buys set between 55 and 60K. Those triggered last week or the week before. Had a bunch of limit buys for ETH. And then I put on a leverage long for ETH at about 3,400 and got smoked. I didn't get liquidated somehow, but it wasn't doing well. I was taking very little leverage. Bitcoin plunges to 64K. Oh no, 64K. Last year around this time, it was 20 something K, right? Or 33K. No, it was like 26K around this time last year, right? But, you know, tech stocks in general, they took a little bit of a hit. They're coming off all-time highs. Bitcoin's pretty close to all-time highs. And there were 250 million in longs being liquidated. I wish I knew that before I put my long on ETH, but that's okay. Let's talk about ETH. ETH slides below 3,200. Man, I thought we were at a decent support at about 3,400. I thought it was decent, like not super strong support, but I thought we were decent support. And I guess not. I got blown up. I mean, let's look at it. And this is not going to be a perfect chart, but I could show you what I meant by decent support. So like, let's look at the 3-month chart, right? Like you would think like this level is decent. Down here is like, I would consider super strong support, 28, 2,900. You got to leave a little wiggle room for liquidations and like having these gross extended red candles. But I thought we were good. Put on a little long. I used Nolus. I'll show you the position in a minute. And I was dead wrong. But it's okay. I like being wrong. Sometimes it makes me reflect. Rama's here to talk some trash and inject some FUD into an otherwise calm ecosystem. He says November 12th, 2023. Can informal do it? July 26, 2024. 8 months later. Answer. I see what you did there, Rama. He is referring to their commitment to steward the Cosmos Hub and to develop the activity in and around the hub, specifically the Atom Economic Zone. Cosmos Hub is a security providing chain for the chains that are immediately around it. They were unable to onboard a chain in the last 8 months. That's what Rama is referring to. And since we're on the topic of FUD, man, he just goes into a little bit of a tirade here. You okay, Rama? Are you okay? 0 new consumer chains have been added. Some are in the pipeline, but they're not exciting, he says, at all. Did you have to add that? Probably not. Stride had a little run with ST-TIA. How's that going now? I mean, they basically paid people to use it, right? And their token price took a hit. STDYDX was a complete flop with 0 onboarding and 80% of TVL from the delegations program. All right, so you're kicking them while they're down. I see what you're doing here. Neutron continues to build partnerships and alignment within its chain and core application stack. Personally, I think Neutron is the glimmer of hope in Cosmos. Obviously, you have Osmosis, you have Stargaze with a lot of users, Injective and DYDX, right? But for me, Neutron is where it's at, and he calls them out. I'm guessing this is kudos, and this is not a FUD. He says they're focusing on the integrated application narrative. I think that's a good narrative, but now they just need some applications. Yeah, look, need them to ship. Then he's talking about Hydro. And I just put up a video on Omniflix today about this. Hopefully you could see it. I don't know if I did it right, but talking about Hydro, which is a way to kind of distribute Atom community pool funds to perceived value add causes. And they're going to use Stride. They're going to liquid stake. If this is successful, they're going to liquid stake 500,000 Atom tokens with Stride. And that's, it's like $2.5-3 million. And Rama points out, which I agree with, they're going to do this rather than create demand for Atom. Man, taking community pool money and then mushing it together with someone else's community pool or another token that nobody's buying, It doesn't create demand. I think we could all agree on that. Maybe you're going to tell me this is a means to an end. Okay, but who's in charge here? Do they have any track record of creating demand for Atom? I mean, you want to look at the chart? I mean, I would say no. Where's Atom? Here we go. They call it Cosmos Hub. I mean, Atom has like the best tech and the worst branding probably, but here we go, man. It's just the bull market started here. September last year, we had a little bit of a rise and then just like nothing but down only. Kind of sucks. And that's even with the hub decreasing their inflation. Frustrating for Atom holders, Cosmos Hub people. So I don't know, Rama. I mean, like, what's your point? You just mad? Oh, he had the chart here. But man, Informal hasn't done much for the users in terms of Atom Economic Zone. And then Rama says, not my money, can just point and laugh at the stupidity. Well, I mean, that's funny, but not as funny as Lavana here. You could short Atom on Lavana. I'm gonna probably take out some positions on Lavana too, just to play around with their app. But yeah, very funny, very funny. But yeah, that's the Cosmos news, I guess. Here's another good tweet from a builder in the Cosmos ecosystem, the builder of NFA.zone launchpad, meme coin launchpad. And he says, people waiting around for alt season and that it's going to be crazy. Bro, where do you think the money magically comes from? He is right. And we've talked about this so many times. So many times. If the layer one token doesn't absolutely rip the meme coins and the altcoins in that ecosystem, no matter how good they are, will perform badly relative to other ecosystems whose layer one does absolutely rip. Solana's ripping right now. For what reason, I don't know. They're inflating their token to shit. And I'm not talking about the rate of inflation. I'm talking about the sheer number of tokens they're releasing into the universe. So, man, I guess if you're holding Solana meme tokens, whee, let Solana rip, and then you could compound that with some meme coins. Man, oh man. Man, oh man. So, yeah, Solana, I got to look into their inflation more. I think AVAC's in the same boat. I think Solana's inflation is 13%. It doesn't sound like a lot. 13%, while the market's pretty much moving sideways and your market cap is in the multiple billions, that means your inflation's in the billions. That's billions of dollars in tokens you're putting out there. It's a lot. It's a lot. 13% inflation is nothing for a 25 million market cap coin. For a $50 billion market cap coin, 13% is a hefty dollar number of supply being emitted. So, can a DEX be profitable? I'm talking about Astrovault because they are reporting revenue, not only revenue, but profits, which are two different things. Yes, their TVL decreases. The token prices are not doing great on the DEX, but this is one of the only DEXs that makes money. They take what the ecosystem is giving it and they operate a DAO where holders of the token are entitled to some of those profits and also managing the liquidity. And I'm a holder of AXV token. It's a $1.5 million market cap right now. And the DEX is managing way more than that. As you can see, they're managing about $5 million. And like I said, the market cap of the token is 1.5 million. So not only are the tokenomics good, the business model's good. And I did buy some more tokens the other day. What I'm doing with my tokens is I buy them on Astrovault, which is on Archway. You could use your Kepler wallet, Leap wallet, whatever. And I go to the farms. I don't LP on this DEX. I go to the farms and I stake the AXV tokens to earn Jackal. That's what I do. Jackal's one of my it's my third biggest position behind Bitcoin and ETH. I bought more yesterday and I'm very happy with my Jackal holdings. I started buying like around 2 cents and I'm good. I think my average cost is probably like 8 cents, something like that. But this is a long-term play. I'm a huge bull on DePIN, a huge bull on anything customers can use, get their hands on, and potentially turn into real businesses. Went to a DePIN event last night in New York City. Jackal was there. Demo was there, which is a vehicle connectivity protocol. The token is on Polygon. Who else was there? There was a representative from Solana there, and there was a representative from Filecoin there. And they talked a lot about revenue, user acquisition, not boring people to death with tech, abstracting away the friction of Web3, getting people to pay money for products. All these things are lost because the focus in Web3 so far has been DeFi primitives. To me, those are not products. Those are infrastructure that should be buried under UIs. And, well, how can you trade without DEXs? You could use aggregators. Yeah. But what about supplying liquidity and staking and voting? That's for power users. That's like less than 1% of who's going to be using this stuff in 5 years. Yes, whales drive a lot of the price action, but whales are not driving adoption. That needs to come when the merging, the intersection of Web 2 and Web 3 occur, and you have Web 2 style products and services with Web 3 running underneath, and nobody knows the goddamn difference. Seedless wallets, yes. Aggregators, yes, but there needs to be a lot more. And I like Astrovault. Wish some aggregators tapped into this DEX a little bit more. It's my understanding that Archway has not upgraded their Cosmos SDK. It's affecting the performance of Astrovault. That's okay. I buy those dips. I assume Archway will eventually start doing the right thing. We'll see.
Every quantum leap, I'm finding myself trapped inside of people. Differences underneath the fundamental side of ego. Truly not that equal. That's why they say don't meet your heroes. We are part of this evil, so pardon all my amigos.